Elizabeth Warren rushing by. Everybody's heading down the hallways to get back in there. Marc Thiessen, Fox News contributor and co-host of the American Enterprise Institute podcast, What the Hell is Going On, joins me now. Marc, you brought up an interesting point that was touched on by Senator Tom Cotton today about how all of this is playing out.
No, absolutely. So I think it's unlikely we're going to have witnesses, because I think the Senate is waking up to the fact that they've been set up by the House. So Tom Cotton asked the question of Pat Philbin today, which I think is the most important moment so far of the questioning, that he asked, did the House ever try to litigate executive privilege? And Philbin said, no, they didn't. And not only did they not do it, they blocked the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia from ruling on executive privilege. So in October, the House Adam Schiff issued a subpoena to Charlie Kupperman, Deputy National Security Advisor, to come do a deposition. Kupperman went to the courts, filed a case to have the court decide, what am I supposed to do here? And the judge agreed to hear it on an expedited schedule. All of a sudden, to circumvent that, Schiff withdrew the subpoena and went to the court and said, I want you to declare it moot. Don't rule on the merits. I want you to just pull the case because it's moot, because there's no subpoena anymore. We're not going to subpoena him. We withdraw. Why would he do that? And so the House actually prevented a judge from ruling on the merits of executive privilege. Why would they do that? What happened at the same time? They passed an article of impeachment accusing the president of obstruction of Congress because he went to the courts. And then Nancy Pelosi held the articles of impeachment in order to force the Senate to decide to have witnesses. So this was a plan from the very beginning to try and put the Senate in a jam over witnesses. So if you're a Republican senator, why would you give in why would you be a patsy for the Democrats' political ploy to force you in this position and tie up the Senate for months, or with
it's
witnesses?
So interesting that you point that out, because I remember Adam Schiff early on in this process when it was on the House side, and there was pushback from the White House, which is perfectly legal, to try to protect your rights, and then you go through the process. If the judge says you have to share this information, then you have to share the information. But he said not only that, I remember Adam Schiff saying not only that, but this is also going to be an article of impeachment against the president. So if your case is correct, they were trying to manipulate it in such a way that they would be able to make that an article of impeachment, because that second article, as some people say, is very weak. But at least it gave them a second article. You
can't impeach the president for going to the courts. There's Article 1, Article 2, and if there's a dispute between them, he gets to go to Article 3.
Marc, thank you. Always good to see you. Marc Thiessen with me here tonight. Senators gearing up to continue presenting their questions to both